Hi, I'm Mark Harris, and this is Data Askew-Harris, and we're Equip Products.
How do you stay fit? Do you lift weights? Do you use a rower? Do you use a ski erg? Now think about trying to stay fit when you have physical challenges. What happens when you lift, but you're in a wheelchair? Or you try to do the rower, but you're missing a limb? Or the ski erg, and you're in a wheelchair? Exactly. That's what we came up with, Equip Products.
So we were inspired by this gentleman in about 2016. His name is Kevin Ogar. Kevin is from the St. Louis area, went to Fort Zumwalt High School, and I think that's in O'Fallon, Missouri. Kevin was a very active athlete, a CrossFitter, and an accident, which probably couldn't happen again in a million years, where a barbell bounced, came up and basically severed his spine. He was given very, very little chance of living. But through a miracle, Kevin was rehabilitated. He's now in a wheelchair, and they've even made movies about Kevin and his recovery and what he's done with his life since then. In our chance encounter in 2016, basically talking because we were both from the St. Louis area, he told me about this idea that there's not a lot of products available for people that just want to be part of a fitness community. And it sort of inspired Dana and I to say, you know, maybe there's a niche that we need to fill so that anybody else that wants to participate, regardless of the activity, can be included as part of it. So that's why we created Equip Products. And that's why we're trying to make products that are inclusive to anybody that wants to be a part of it.
So one of our first products we invented was the lap mat. And we designed this to go on the laps of the wheelchair athletes. That way they can lift weights, put weights back down on their legs, and it doesn't hurt them. Well, some people are like, well, they can't feel their legs. Well, that's not, I mean, some of them do feel their legs, but also they don't want to get injured because then it can be very detrimental to their health. And you don't want to get any bruises or scratches or anything like that, because since they can't feel them, they don't know how bad they're hurt. So the lap mat, and this is Josie. Josie is from Baldwin area, and she is the cutest thing, and she is the most fierce competitor, and she has spina bifida. So she was born without very much use of her legs. So Josie loves our lap mat, and this is her doing a competition with that in Florida.
Here's another friend of ours, Wes Hamilton. Wes was leading a pretty ordinary life in Kansas City and out of the blue was shot 3 times and left for dead. Wes fortunately recovered, but was in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. What he found was it was really difficult for him to keep a positive outlook and just, you know, this change in life, everything that had to happen because he was now confined to a wheelchair. He got depressed, he gained a lot of weight, and really wasn't sure what the future held for him. Fortunately, Wes found fitness, and one of the things he did was commit himself to being fit, lose the weight, change the depression, and ultimately it led to him creating a 501c3 called Disabled But Not Really, and now he's helping people all over Missouri, all over the Midwest, and really all over the country, explaining how to be positive and how to look at life differently. He's another one that we worked with to develop several of these products, and he's part of the reason that we want these products to be out there for people so that everybody can participate in whatever kind of fitness they want to.
This is Chuck Melton. Chuck is a Olympic rugby gold medalist, yes, in a wheelchair, and he is amazing. We like to bounce things off of Chuck. He's a great person to say, this is the kind of product that people in wheelchairs need, or how can we adapt this movement with the product? So here we have him using our ski erg extensions. And the reason why we developed those is that when you go up into a wheelchair, you can't reach the hooks in order to pull them down. I know it seems so little, like why not? And what's the big deal? Well, they want to do the same fitness that we do. So we're taking these products, making them to where they feel very inclusive in the workouts, and we're not putting them over in a corner or anything like that. So Chuck helped us with the ski erg extensions, and now he can get full range of motion, and he can reach the handles.
Another friend of ours, Logan Aldrich. Logan lost his left limb in, again, one of those freak accidents where a ski rope basically took his limb. And one of the things he frequently says, he speaks to a lot of groups, and he says, you know, when that happened to me, I didn't know where to go. There wasn't a resource for what happens if you've lost a limb. There wasn't people there to say, this is what you need to do. And the thing that really struck me from Logan is he said, how do you clip your fingernails if you only have one arm? And it was challenging to me. It was like, okay, so the same thing applies to fitness. How do you use a rower if you can't grab both sides of that rowing handle? So with Logan, a company called Victory Grips, and ourselves, we developed this handle that now goes over a typical rower handle, and anybody with an injury or a permanent disability can use that hook and they can row right alongside the next person. And it doesn't modify the machine, but it helps them adapt so that they can do the exercise.
The next product that we developed was the ring rash guards. So for an adaptive athlete, it's very important that they don't get rubbed sores on their skin or blisters or anything like that. So we've made this neoprene patented pending product, and it wraps around the rings, the nylon part of the rings. That way it's a cushion for them, and it's much safer for them to be able to do the ring push-ups, and it won't rub sores on them. But the cool thing about it is that also our able-bodied athletes use it also. And anyone from starting to the very elite athletes love the ring rash guards. So we're just launching that in the next couple weeks.
Absolutely. Another product that doesn't necessarily fit within the whole spectrum of equipped products, the handstand push-up. This is a device that was used so that athletes can do an upside down inverted handstand push-up. Who would really want to do that? We ask ourselves that frequently, but a lot of people do. So this is a flat surface that allows you to put bumper plates on both sides of it, allows you to cushion the impact to your head as well as your neck and spine. And it's a product that there's thousands of them on the market now. People are using them all over the place, and it's been patented by us with Equip Products. So the reason we're here and the reason we're even speaking to you today is Arch Grants. So ultimately, this is what we want to do with the Arch Grants if we're so fortunate. Dana?
We would love to hire an employee. Right now, it's Mark and I. So we do the developing, we do the manufacturing, we do the shipping, the receiving, the billing. So if we had somebody else to help us do the manufacturing parts, then we can go back out to the community and find new products that they need. And this is what we really love doing, is making new products and using our creativity to do that. We also need equipment. Right now I cut everything by hand, which is so fun. But there's automated equipment that could streamline our whole process and make us more profitable and be able to get more products out there, and it would just make everything so much more better. Is that a word?
More better?
More better.
No, it's probably not a good use of
Don't tell my
word,
English teacher.
But go ahead.
Okay. And then a facility. Right now we're working out of our 4-car garage at home, which is great, except when I want to pull my car in. And it's hard to be efficient when you're trying to work out of a place that has other things in it. So a facility, so we can be a real company.
I want to be a real boy. This is perhaps my least favorite type of slide, and yet I still put it in there. This is a financial page. It's our first year financials, and what it basically says is that we're on track to do about $75,000 to $80,000 a year in sales. We're probably going to have about a loss of $5,000. Again, if we were so fortunate to be an Arch Grant recipient, that would change this dramatically. Not only would it change the loss from $5,000 to a gain, it would probably also increase the sales dramatically because we'd be able to do other things and scale the company. So it's a terrible slide, but a very important piece of information.
We want to let you know that we are locally and organically grown. So we have deep roots here in the St. Louis area. I grew up here. We have family here, and we want to make sure that we grew from the community we love so much. We use sewing talent here in the St. Louis area. We use come across immigrants that have this amazing talent to sew. And so we've tapped into their abilities and formed this great relationship with them. And now they're able to have a little bit a better life and reach some of their dreams and goals because we use them for our sewing. We also use graphic design, screen printing, foam and design manufacturing, boxes and packaging, tool and die, legal services, certified public accountants, machinists, mentors, and capital equipment.
And all of this, every bit of these titles right here, all of these people, they represent a company. And these companies are people that we currently use right now, and every single one of them are within 25 miles of downtown St. Louis. We are local, we are organic, and we really want to maintain that. We want to grow St. Louis, and that's why this is so important to us.
And as Equip grows, our suppliers grow. And as the suppliers grow, their staff grows more. And we reinvest into St. Louis. And other small businesses follow. And St. Louis thrives. And everyone benefits.
Then we repeat the process.
Others follow. We are locally and organically grown. Equip products, growing and thriving with St. Louis. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.